What's up, everyone? Andre here, along with Luigi Tom.
Yep, feeling a little green.
To discuss our hands-on time with the Luigi's Mansion 3. We just got back from playing it at PAX at a part of a media preview event Nintendo had, where they had a whole bunch of games available. Unfortunately, Tom and I only had time to play this game, so we could run home and show it to you as soon as possible, with Steve and Ash handling the rest. So yeah, we thought it'd be fun for us to give our impressions, especially because we have to talk over this video because of Nintendo's embargo guidelines.
Yeah.
So apologies for that. Otherwise, we would let you listen to the whole thing yourself. But yeah, we'll leave some occasional space in our conversations. You can maybe hear some of the background. But yeah, Tom, we got played through this whole demo in co-op. This is a whole new section of the game, a new floor of this mansion, of this tower that hasn't, as far as I know, hasn't been seen before, and certainly hasn't been playable before. What did you think of it overall?
Well, I thought it was definitely a great sort of story to this level, how they mixed the short cinematics that really added a ton to it, and considering how it's so obvious to like keep climbing up, I thought it was a really good idea compared to what I've seen before Luigi's Mansion 3. So it just keeps getting better from what I've seen.
Yeah, I really do like the kind of idea on this, the idea that you're climbing in this mansion, or this tower, and presumably, traveling between the floors as well. But even in this level itself, like, it has an interesting sense of progression where you are climbing, higher and higher. So yeah, as you can see, we have this giant tree now in the foyer, and we were just introduced to this new ghost enemy, a gardener, and he's gonna pop up throughout this level.
Yeah, it's compared to the sort of king guy we saw in a demo earlier, this guy really fits in with the level and the theme, and as you see, there'll be different rooms that we go into, and just overall really good, and especially in co-op too, like it all works perfectly fine. Yeah,
one thing I really like about this stage in particular, but something we've been seeing in Luigi's Mansion, is how dynamic it is. We had the tree, now we had this branch popping through the staircase, and we had to cross it over, and I loved how we had to use, we had our Indiana Jones moment, the first of a few in this, and we had to basically use our whip to get across, or our poltergust.
Yeah, and this vine, it worked out really well too. I only had to go once, so I didn't really have to build it up, so it's not too finicky like in other games.
Yeah, so here we are pulling on this plant to get rid of it. There will be lots of sucking up things and destroying them, including something amazing at the end of this video, by the way. Maybe, I don't know if it's just fun to watch, but it was definitely a lot of fun to play, and we'll get to that. So Tom, you were playing as Luigi, something I don't think we've been able to try any co-op ourselves up to this point. What did you think of it? Like, was playing Luigi any different than playing as Luigi primarily for the experience?
Well, I'll admit there's a couple times maybe in this room where everything's super green, and Luigi himself is green, where I got mixed up when you crossed with me, like, who's who?
Yeah.
So, like, ideally it would have been easier if he was blue or a different color, but then that's a ghost color, so. But after a couple minutes, I didn't have that problem again, and I didn't find his lower health to be much of a problem. I mean, you just come back in so quickly.
Right, you can see right here, he starts off with 25 health, and once it's gone, he has to respawn, but then he comes back with the same amount of health, so it's not really that big of a deal. Whereas Luigi, he has to watch out. But yeah, I had the same issue you had occasionally, where it is easy to confuse the two Luigis, particularly in rooms like this, where the lights off, and it's kind of hard to see fully what's going on with your character. But overall, like, I thought the co-op worked surprisingly well. Also, real quick, I just want to touch on this room. We had to cut out a lot from this demo. We had to cut out about half, so we can only show you 10 minutes. But there are so many leaves in this room, and there's even more coming up in this room, I think.
Yeah.
Just so much going on. It's crazy how impressive this game is, running at what seemed to be a rock solid, not 60 frames per second, unfortunately, but a rock solid 30 frames per second.
Yeah, and you'll just see there's a new, kind of, if you hold down L and R, you get to do kind of a gust jump, I guess, and that's pretty quick for clearing out all these cherry blossoms.
Did you see that snake there, by the way? We had no idea it was there when we were first playing it. It was only on respawn. I love this part, by the way. We're like, where do we go? And then you walked over to the drain, you get pulled through, or just falls through it with the grossest gloop sounds possible. It's so nasty sounding, but I love it. So this is kind of cool. So you're down in this area, well, maybe you can talk about it a little bit more.
I was down in that area, and they had the main pipe I wanted to go through covered. And actually, I had a bit of perspective issue going to the other pipes because I thought I just went up and down the same pipe, but I came through the other one. But it's neat to have these different things for Luigi to differentiate what each character can do.
Yeah, I think we had to cut it out, but there were 3 pipes down there, and 2 of them just loop back on each other. So yeah, you had to kind of experiment and see what worked. Here's Mr. Gardener again, and this time he's not pulling any punches. So I was gonna try to make a fruit pun, but I had nothing. So this part's kind of cool coming up here because it reminded me of. Hold on. Indiana Jones! Right there! Gotta love it. And not only that, this part actually reminded me a little bit of Donkey Kong. I think maybe with the springs in particular.
Oh yeah, it basically is Donkey Kong at this point.
Exactly. So he got wiped out. I love that.
Yeah.
Luigi just got destroyed, but he came back and he knew something.
He's good.
He's good. Yeah.
Well, it's interesting. You have to pull that sort of rope at the bottom of that pineapple tossing plant, and they taught us that earlier, and I completely forgot.
Yeah, I did too. It's always weird playing demos because you're having so much thrown at you between the rep and the game, and just like all the noise and stuff going on around you. Yeah, there's a lot to take in. Like in this room, we were confused for a while until we realized we can grab that parts of the environment, and chuck them around, and we did so to break that toilet right there.
Yeah, it was obvious it was for something, but just figuring out what it was for because that's something new. And
right. So again, like this game looks incredible. Like it looks so much better than it did upon the initial reveal. And you know, at E3 it was already a huge step up. But I love now we're seeing like more dynamic environments.
Yeah.
I'm already touched on the leaves, which again here are being blown around by a mysterious force. Okay, plus so now. I love that was so creepy looking how he like just fades back.
yeah.
Oh man, I'm really excited to play more of this so far.
Well, I'm kind of stoked because I mean, Luigi's Mansion 2 was on, you know, a handheld, so it didn't really have that same huge graphical boost, kind of like the first one did. They did a really good job, but this way, next level games is going all out, I feel, in animation in terms of graphics.
Exactly. This guy is interesting. He reminds me of the Womps.
Yeah.
From Mario 64. And again, like you know, Luigi's Mansion is very much based around puzzle type elements. In this case, it took us a little while to realize, oh, he's blind. We have to pull the leaves off his eyes, in which case then we can finally blind him. But yeah, I thought overall like the cooperative elements, like having you there in person, like helping me out instead of switching to Luigi as if I were playing single player.
Yeah.
It worked extremely well. Like it really feels like it doesn't feel like co-op was forced. It really feels like this game was designed with it in mind. Also, real quick, we got some kind of like achievement type thing there. It looks like so. Apparently, no word on what they'll do in the final game yet, but.
Yeah, and almost with the leaves in the eyes, it reminds me of Next Level's creativity with Punch Out on the second time around going against all the different enemies.
Good points, yeah, exactly. To get a little bit tougher, yeah, a little bit of a new experience. Here we go, speaking of tougher.
Double pineapple.
Yep, well, yeah.
We both get taken out there.
Yeah, we got taken out a few times, but it looks flawless with the editing, or almost flawless with the editing.
Just look at Scared Luigi in the bottom left corner there.
That is great, I love that. Like, the animation is... Next Level Games really stepped up a notch with this game. They already did a great job on Dark Moon, but having the power of the Switch really shows what they can do with it. Here is what might be the best room in the game, period. I'm calling it out right here. This is it. So check this out. That is a saw. You can grab the saw, and you can use it on pretty much everything. At first I thought it was just the grass, but just you wait.
Luigi's about to do some home renovations.
Look at this. Oh, it's so fun. Yeah, we're gonna destroy the table. The table we grabbed it from.
I tried to get in the way there. He couldn't cut through Luigi and just vaporize him. Put him in chunks.
I was tempted to make the whole gameplay video just 10 minutes of this. Just 10 minutes of destroying things. Like we take down, I think, the bed here, or soon. And like, it causes thing, you know, all kinds of power-ups to appear, or secrets, such as in the case of the chest, which we, guess what? Can also destroy! I love how the couch is chopped in half. Oh, this is, like, there are so many novel things happening in this game, even on a room-to-room basis.
Yeah, that's what, there's so much variety just going up in this level already. And I just wonder how much is going to be in the entire game itself. It's going to be great to see.
It is, yeah. I mean, I really can't wait to see even what more unique elements they can bring to it. So, we are in the final minute here of gameplay. Tom, any final thoughts you want to leave us with?
Definitely knowing about motion controls compared to at E3 made it a whole lot easier to play.
Where you can tilt up and down to change the angle of your lights.
Yeah, so I think this game, for me at least, is going to be one of them that probably takes about 3 times to get used to controls, because it's been a while since Luigi's Mansion, but I had a lot more fun than E3 even today, for sure. I'm probably going to want to play this entirely in co-op.
Yeah, no, this game was a blast in co-op. Like, even that segment right there, how you had to come and rescue me, like, it kind of feels almost better, I think, with 2 players there. And
you'll see here, this reminds me of Double Dash, and we're going to call it Double Smash, because it's going to take 2 people for that giant watermelon.
Indeed. Yeah, you're gonna see it in just a moment. We tried one before, I cut it out and it didn't work. So, but 2 people can do it. Moments like that just work better with two people as opposed to having having to maneuver both Luigi and Gooigi separately, one after another. Yeah, and that's it. That's the gameplay. So, Tom, 1 to 10, how excited are you?
11.
I am stoked. I love the original Luigi's Mansion. Dark Moon, not quite as much. But this game really does seem to be. This game seems to be so far everything I've wanted in Luigi's Mansion 3, or in a new Luigi's Mansion and more.
Yeah.
Anyways, with that, guys, thank you so much for watching. Of course, stay tuned to GameXplain for lots more on Luigi's Mansion 3 as soon as we can show you more of it, and everything else Nintendo Switch as well. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring that bell, and we will catch you later. Bye.